Okay, so I'm at the Amtrak station in Albany, New York. I'm getting ready to go back home. The train ride up here, I took the Amtrak. It was really nice, like cushioned and nice and cool. They didn't have any Wi-Fi. I'm obsessed with Wi-Fi now. Like, I think Wi-Fi is the coolest thing in the world. You have to understand, I'm late to the game on this whole like laptop thing. But yeah, they have outlets like so I can charge my computer and you know, work on stuff. Like, I'm probably gonna edit this video on the train. Also, I mentioned that I have a blog and I plug it at the end of all of my videos, but the truth is I haven't written on it. I don't think I've written on it once this whole year, like actual type written. I just post my videos there. And I used to write on that thing all the time. Like, for a couple of years, it was too much a part of my life. But, you know, since 2002, I have kept that. And every year I buy the domain again. And I haven't been writing on it, so I think I'm going to start doing that again. And I can work on that on this train ride. So, anyway. Man, I'm looking forward to be going home, but I have to say that this trip has also been kind of an eye-opening experience about myself, to myself. I'm not making a lot of sense. I'm trying to be inconspicuous as I just sit here and talk to my computer. Everyone around here is looking at me like, what's that guy doing? Well, nobody talks with an accent like that. I just, you know. Actually, that's part of the problem. I'm giving them these accents because I'm just like, well, that's how everyone out of New York sounds. And that's what the issue is. That's what's bothering me. How much time do I have? 5 minutes, okay. I realize that I don't leave Manhattan as often as I should. And spending so much time there, it's turning me into somebody that I don't think I like that much. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love New York City, and, you know, I love my life there, and this is where I belong. This is where I need to be. This is home base for me right now. And it's funny that I'm even saying right now, because I've always kind of thought this is the only place I can ever be. And, you know, that's not a very hopeful thing. That's not a cool phrase. That's kind of a worrisome phrase. And traveling with Nick and seeing Scandinavia and other cities and made me realize I think that's my train. Okay, let's pick this up on my train. Written, I just...
I'm a street light choking on the heat. The world spins around while I'm frozen to my seat. The people that I know all keep on rolling down the street, but every day is different, so I'm switching up the beat. Cause my parents came with nothing, they got a little more. Sure, we're poor, but yo, at least we got the store. And it's all about the legacy they left with me is destiny. And one day I'll be on the beach where we cannot stop. This is our block in the heights.
I hang my flag upon this place. It reminds me that I came from miles away. So far away.
But as for mañana mi pana, you gotta just keep watching. You'll see the late nights, you'll taste beans and rice. The super shaved ice, I ain't gonna say it twice. Turn on the stage lights, we're taking a flight to come the days in the life for what it's like
in Washington Heights.
Okay, so I am back home. Oh my god, it's so disgusting today. Today, what is the weather? It's like, I don't know, it's in the 90s, and there's a parade. It's the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Viva la Puerto Rico! Not that I don't love the Puerto Ricans, but Oh my God, this parade is, it's bigger than the gay pride parade. It's bigger than the Halloween parade. The city is full of Puerto Ricans running around. It's great, and I'm happy to stay inside away from all of the madness. So one of the things that I was starting to say in my video was that I don't leave the city enough. And it becomes more and more clear to me the more that I'm not here. Like when I was back in Texas, I was almost a little standoffish with people. With this waitress we had, and she was just getting on my nerves. She was so like, you know, okay, we got iced tea, we got blah, blah, and I was just like, oh my God, why is she being so disruptive? Why is she being so obnoxious? And she wasn't doing anything wrong. She was being, you know, on top of stuff. She was doing her job. And that's a typical New York attitude, you know, like, why is this person getting on my nerves on purpose? And that's not the case. Nobody's out to get any of us, but it's a thing that I take on, you know, just being in this city. And you know that movie 28 Days where Sandra Bullock goes to rehab? I love that movie. Me and my friends quote the gay German guy Gerhardt, his little monologue all the time.
There's a time for sharing and holding hands and being on the same path. But there's always a fork in the road, and you part ways, and you know they gotta go down this part of the fork, and you've gotta go around the back. They have a salad fork, and you've got one of those big dinner forks, and you know you have longer to go, but they are back there, and they're already done, and that's it. Because you've got like a piece of food stuck on your fork. They're already done, and you still got all this way to go because it's a big fork, and well, you have a ladle or something.
I can't do accents. I know that sucked. Anyway, Sandra Bullock in that movie is such a New York bitch. You know, she's mean to them. Not outright mean, but like cold and a little like, ugh, I just want to get out of here. And I think that I get that instinct in me a lot, and I don't like it. I took a lot of cabs over the last 24 hours, and you know, it's funny because it was the exact opposite experience that I had the other day in the cab. These cabbies wouldn't stop talking to me. And, you know, my first instincts were like, oh, God, why don't they just let me sit here in silence with my iPod plugged in? But then I kind of got over that, and I just started talking to them, and I had a lot of really fascinating conversation. There was this guy named Anthony, who was the first cab that I took from the train to the hotel. And he was asking me a lot about, you know, what do you do in New York? And, oh, you work in hotels. Do you ever deal with celebrities? And he's really into celebrity gossip. So he's like, you know, well, who do you deal, who's a bitch? Who's been really bitchy? And one time I was working at a hotel where Jennifer Lopez wanted in her contract that, you know, if she was going to stay at our hotel, that no one could look her in the eye. So I told him that, and oh my God, he ate it up. Oh, who that bitch think she is? I don't know who the hell she thinks she is. If she was back in Puerto Rico, she would be servicing anybody who would give her $1, washing her dirty ass in the river, beating her clothes against the rock to clean them. Who the hell does she think she is? Oh, you know, I'm lactose intolerant. If I would put her in my cab, I won't look her in the eye. I'll just drink some milk, roll up the windows, and fart in her face. She'll just fall right over and die. I'll take her to the hospital, drop her off, and say, I don't know what happened. She just fell right over. I didn't look her in the eyes, though. He was really funny. He had a lot to say. I'm just glad that I got over myself for a little bit and started enjoying people's company. And something I want to do more, along with traveling and just getting outside of New York, breaking outside of my little Manhattan bubble. It's a bubble I never thought I would, you know, be anxious to leave. And I'm not. I love it here. I'm ready to embrace, I think, new opportunities. So yeah, it's been a learning experience the last 24 hours or so. Who knew?